hello. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm in the DMV and it's predominantly us, but being around us is so exhausting. It's so exhausting. Like, we could try to sugarcoat it. We could try to play it down as much as we want, because I spend a lot of time around other races. Like, majority of my time is spent with other races. When I have to go around us, do business with us, just be around us, I always have to take a couple
Please
deep
fasten
breaths.
driver seat belt.
I always have to take a couple deep breaths. Like, I cannot stress it enough. Black people, go heal. Go heal. Go somewhere, sit your ass down, and go heal. Put yourself in a better environment so you could be a better human being. My favorite thing to do with myself is look in the mirror, and I think that we focus on other races so much that we forget that we need to look at ourselves. The Black community has so much work to do. Like, it is truly exhausting dealing with us majority of the time.
And she's 100% right. It's a couple different ways to solve for that. Of course, we have to take personal responsibility individually, right? But the other part that you got to understand is that every single person and every single culture and every single race, they separate themselves from the degenerates. And they don't always rock out with every single person that's within the community, which is one of the things that I think is holding a lot of people back. I think that one of the things, I'll give you an example. We got a black tax. So for example, let's say, for example, you was raised in a hood, or you come from a space where it was less than stellar, but you make smart decisions, you're intentional, you educate yourself, you become successful. Well, you still have to deal with, and I have people that I coach, I have people that's in my inner circle that say, I gotta go back to the hood, or I gotta go and deal with these people because they my family or whatever. We have to learn to separate ourselves, because every single black person or every single culture or every single individual that's a part of the culture does not necessarily have to be a part of your circle. You got to go where you appreciate it and not where you tolerate it. And so I think that we have to divest ourselves from this mindset that we have to be subjected to it, when there are groups of people within the black community that are awesome. There are groups of people that's within the white community that's awesome, that's in all cultures. And then on the flip side, there's the degenerates and there's the dusties. And so we just got to be careful while we're doing the work. Align yourself with people that's going in the direction that you're going in.
It is exhausting. I'm not going to lie. I'll be the first one to say it again. It is exhausting doing business with us. It is exhausting trying to have fun around us. It is exhausting trying to keep up relationships within our community. It is exhausting. Like, just this morning alone, I already had a couple situations. I kind of get tired of our people acting like a lot of the stereotypes that are put up against us aren't true to a certain extent. And just because a couple of us, a lot of people like to say, oh, but that's not me and the people I be around. No, they look at us as a whole. And as a whole, we're effed up. Like, we are. At some point, you got to stop focusing. Yeah, those other races, those other communities, they have issues, but we have so many issues that we don't have the time to focus on nobody else except for ourselves. We don't have the time. I clutch my pearls every time I have to deal with us or be around us. I clutch my pearls. I do. I'm not going to lie. We are a lot. And we need deliverance from a lot. The sad thing is we don't even have basic respect for each other within our community. But let a white person come up against one of us. Let an Asian person or Hispanic person come within our community. All of a sudden, you know how to have respect. All of a sudden, you know how to speak to a person properly. All of a sudden, you have all this respect and you're shucking and jiving for this other race. But your own brother, your own sister, you're a black man and a black woman, you can't have basic respect for each other. We can't have basic respect for each other, but these other races come around and we shucking and jiving for them. We opening up doors. We know how to treat them, but we.
I would actually say that it's the opposite. I think that people code switch, right? So they are overly willing to help or to, you know, acquiesce over into whatever is culture that they in, because that's what they need to do in order to make sure that they get paid. But I will tell you that a lot of them are closeted racists, sometimes not even closeted. Sometimes it's openly racist towards other cultures when they get comfortable around another group of people or their group of people or their community, their culture that they feel comfortable with. And then they expect for other communities to then not be that way towards us. It is exhausting. I will give you that. But I think that it's also based off of proximity. I don't feel compelled to try to justify it by saying that this culture or this happens with this other culture. No, I don't think so. I think that the best way that you empower yourself is to get yourself together. I don't feel responsible for the black community. I am a representation of Anton. I understand that I am black. Hopefully, people have a better experience in real life when they meet me and when they interact with me, regardless of what race that you're in. And hopefully, I also let the God within me shine so you can actually see that you can do it too. So you have a different opinion or a different perspective of what it's like to deal with a person that's black, that's dealing with a person that's from wherever it is that I'm from, because you can change, you can evolve, you can be a better person every single day. I was raised in the inner city of Detroit. I was born and raised. Sinai Hospital was born right there off of Outer Drive. I don't even think that hospital was open anymore. And what I was raised to think that black people were supposed to be was the complete opposite of what humans were supposed to be. And we continue to be tribal. We continue to separate ourselves for no reason at all other than to run in the Victim Olympics. And it wasn't until I got into a space where I got to see other cultures and I went to school with them that I realized, wait a minute, everybody ain't bad. Everybody ain't racist. Everybody don't have to be a Democrat or a Republican. And it pulled at me. And thank God I was young enough to actually experience that. And I appreciate my father for putting me in that position, because I realized that you have to treat people on an individual basis and not based off of what a collective is. The culture may be trash, but the individual should be judged accordingly, according to their actions, according to how they treat other people, according to whether or not you're a good person, according to whether or not you add value to the community and the group. And so, I think that other cultures are saying the same thing. They saying the same thing about us. They say the same thing about their own culture. I think that they separate themselves from different portions of their own communities. And we just have a cultural issue, not only in the United States of America, but the subculture of black culture, which is the things that we celebrate and champion the most. You could see it impacting us. It impacts our households. It impacts our children. It impacts whether or not we have strong validation in relationships, education. I grew up where most of the people didn't want to be anything other than a basketball player or a rapper. Stupid as fuck, right? But now, now that I've unplugged myself from the matrix and no longer is subjected to the Democrat plantation, the culture, all of that stuff, I get called out of my name by people that look like me, even though they are the ones that advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Go figure, right? Let me know what y'all experience is in the chat. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.